What the fuck is Notion?
How would you describe it?
It's hard. At the same time, it's everything, and at the same time, it's nothing.
Notion is like the Lego for software. Computing should almost be like reading and writing. You ask me, should you teach your kids how to program? It's as if you ask me, should I teach my kids how to read and write French? You don't ask me that question.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
How much did you raise total?
Hundreds of millions. This is the most, all the money still in the bank, cash flow positive for several years now. We're not AI labs. We're AI application company. But we spend a lot of time building an infrastructure to unlock the best in the models. The better part is because now you don't have to use 5-6 tools, you save time. And even better, you have one place to deploy AI to help you do all the work. Most Japanese people don't speak English. We just eat, work. Very productive.
But does Simon today?
Simon is still coding.
Yeah, okay.
Man, that guy's lucky.
Are you jealous?
I'm jealous. I like what I do too, but coding gives you a different flow state.
Welcome on board, Ivan. Are you okay? Are you still jet lagged?
I'm pretty jet lagged, but the tea will help. I hope.
Well, we are both jet lagged like, at some point because you're coming from the US from like 9 hours away, but we're coming from 7 hours away, but on the other side. So you're in the middle of the night and I'm in the middle of the afternoon right now. It's fun. Welcome on Génération. Do it yourself. I'm so happy to have you here. And the team was really happy actually because you don't know that, but Notion and what you've done in the past 10 years is like the backbone of all of our work. Like it's very exciting to understand how did it start and what are your views, what is going to be the future.
Nice.
It's going to be a lot of fun. May I ask you to introduce yourself?
I'm Ivan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Notion.
Yeah.
And I've been working, like you talk about, I've been working on this for more than a decade. To me, it's a product, it's a business, it's a company, it's a project, it's our piece. It's my life. Happy to talk about it today.
So what do you do for Notion now? What does that mean being a CEO? Do you still think about the product? Are you still on the product a lot?
Yeah. I spend most of my time on product.
Mm-hmm.
Like this morning, I was sending out an internal message, talk about, we have a customer dinner last night, and what are the top 3-4 requests from the customer, and especially the top request is about database, is about permission, how to improve the permission of Notion databases, and I explained to the team why is this important, give some context and meaning to it, and propose some solution. So.
All right. Are the demands from the customers different in France, or are they all the same more or less? They're very...
Consumer enterprise are very different. I would say for business enterprise customers are actually kind of similar across different regions. France, I noticed we have somewhat sizable of a government or just like infrastructure energy company using Notion.
All right.
And those companies tend to hire some office worker, but even more non-office workers. And those people have a different behavior of using Notion than office workers. So this is some pattern I pick up this
People
trip.
on the field a lot?
People on the field, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like they want to read their Notion page and projects, and they might not want to edit, but they want to be able to access on their phone and offline and all other kind of requirement that's not a typical from office worker with a laptop or computer.
While we were preparing this episode, I was like wondering, what the fuck is Notion at the end of the day? You're like.
Well, how would you describe it?
It's hard because it's, at the same time it's everything, and at the same time it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not replacing a spreadsheet. If you're like a hardcore Excel user, you're like, what the fuck is Notion? What can I do with that? If you're a hardcore PowerPoint or whatever. So these are the original uses of software in a company, right? Mm-hmm. We had like probably 3 pillars, which were Microsoft Suite, so Office, so I would say Docs, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. And we've been completely, I don't know, brainwashed, or I don't know, how do you say?
Blindside.
Yeah, exactly. So we would use those three, and that's it. And then came some CRM. So you would add some Salesforce or Pipedrive or whatever, and then you would add some things, but each one had a very specific use, right? And when you go and you start with Notion, you're like, okay, yeah, it's fun. I like the feeling. I like the design. But what am I going to do with it? And I'd go even further. I believe like if you go to your CFO with Notion, he would be like, you already have Slack, you already have this and that and this, and it must be pretty hard to implement it in some companies, I guess.
Depends. If the company is tech savvy,
yeah,
it's a lot easier.
You should start with it.
Yeah, it's a startup, like have no problem running on Notion. And we call Notion, hard to describe, but we call Notion is like the Lego for software.
I love it. It's exactly
Lego
that.
is kind of hard to describe. What is this kind of toy? It can be any toy. But that feeling is what we want to give people in terms
the Lego for software.
Yeah, they can create their tools. The tools is theirs. It's beautiful. It's fun. It's just like you can make most any other toys out of Legos. So you can make most other any kind of productivity software or collaboration software out of Notion Legos.
Plus, it's very easy to start with. It's not like you don't have to be trained.
You don't need to be trained. You don't need to be a programmer, and you almost have the programmer power. And that's why we started a company. What inspired me to start Notion like a decade ago, because software is pretty rigid. If you think about the first generation of software you describe, right, which is document, spreadsheets, maybe email and presentation, they're pretty general purpose, right? Then that's until the 90s, until the 2005, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Then SaaS happened.
Yep.
Point solution happened, starting with the moving from spreadsheet to CRM to any kind of point solution project management tools. And there's so many SaaS proliferation in the past 20 years, become too fragmented, too rigid. And that's the problem. We feel like, we can do something different here. We can give people, instead of many rigid tools, they have to piece together, which is give them Legos. And Lego could be their document tools, could be their project tracker, could be lightweight CRM. It could be most things you need for your work.
Interesting. I want to go much deeper into that, but before that, if you're okay, I'd love to understand your entrepreneurial journey, right? Because as I said earlier, we got back from China. It was my first time in China.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
wow.
It's your first time too?
Clémence. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most of us, actually we were 5. 3 of us were the first time. Axel lived in China for a while, and Christopher had been there a few times already, but it was sorry? Yeah, well, we kind of fell in love with China.
What's your favorite things? What are your favorite things?
The what? Shanghai. Yeah, Shanghai is amazing, but
because which part of Shanghai?
Actually, the French area is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Kind of a little bit like some part.
And it's, I think Shanghai is more, not European, but most of the other cities we've seen, they're so modern. Mm-hmm. It lacks a soul.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like you go to Shenzhen, you're like, wow, it blows your mind. Literally, you get drones everywhere. You get like self-driving cars. You get like, and the streets are clean. Well, people are really riding their scooters on the sideways, so it's kind of weird at the beginning. Uh-huh. No noise at all, like no noise.
Electric everything.
Yeah, everywhere. So it's really, I mean, wow, different. We've seen Brazil, we've seen Africa, and this is like the future, literally. But this is not China at the end. We've seen also the back office of China, right? And it was fun too. But the speed also blew us. The speed of the country, the speed of the people, the business mind, the business spirit. I don't know. I was kind of
people work hard. People hustle.
Yeah,
people are smart,
and they love it. I mean, a lot of Chinese put it that way. For like maybe in Europe, a bit in the US, but in Europe we like also to not to chill but to enjoy life, right? For some of Chinese people, enjoying life is working hard. It's like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, who said this? America is live to work. Europe is work to live. China is probably is work to work.
Yeah, somehow. So it's hard to understand because sometimes from here we believe it's like unequal, or they work too much and they make people work too much, but it's not. I mean, it's the way of life. Some people say if you get workers, you tell them to work 40 hours, they'll go work into another factory for 25 hours if they can, because to get more money, and that's their choice. But so we love that. What I was about to say is that, so how long did you live in China for?
Until I was 16, 17.
Oh, wow.
Pretty late, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 12 or wow.
No.
Okay.
I went to stay until middle school.
Okay. So you're Chinese or?
I'm Chinese.
Okay. Still Chinese. And you work and live in the US, but with green card?
No, I'm Canadian passport. So I moved to Canada when I was...
I remember in Vancouver, yeah?
Vancouver.
But you live in the US?
I live in San Francisco.
Okay. So I'll switch to French for a brief moment to thank my sponsor.
Bon, je prends une toute petite minute pour celles et ceux qui veulent créer leur entreprise. Créer son entreprise, c'est un grand mélange d'excitation, d'ambition, mais c'est aussi et surtout une sacrée charge mentale. Entre les statuts, le pacte d'actionnaires, toute la charge administrative, ça peut vite virer au cauchemar. Et c'est là que Conto fait toute la différence. Aujourd'hui en France, une entreprise sur 5 se crée avec Conto. Avec leur offre tout en un, ils s'occupent de tout l'administratif pour vous, de la génération de statut jusqu'à l'immatriculation de votre société. Traitement du dossier en moins de 24 heures, certificat de dépôt de capital en moins de 12 heures et surtout, tout est centralisé en un seul endroit. C'est simple et c'est rapide. Résultat, vous démarrez votre aventure sur les bonnes bases. Et une fois que votre entreprise est créée, vous avez tout ce qu'il vous faut sur Conto pour piloter votre business. Un compte bancaire pro, un outil de facturation électronique et même un outil de pré-comptabilité pour simplifier la vie de votre comptable. Si vous hésitez à vous lancer, Conto met plein de ressources à votre disposition pour clarifier votre projet. Croyez-moi, le rêve de créer votre boîte est clairement à votre portée. Il vous suffit de cliquer sur ce lien en descriptif de l'épisode. Je voudrais vraiment remercier Conto de soutenir Génération Do It Yourself depuis des années.
So when you have a Canadian passport, you can have a Canadian passport with no Canadian nationality. You're not citizenship.
I'm citizenship. I'm
Okay,
Canadian.
so you're not Chinese anymore.
Not Chinese anymore.
Okay.
I lost my passport.
Okay. Was it a big deal?
A big deal losing it?
Yeah, I mean, not changing nationality.
Well, you have to, for China, you can only be one.
I know.
So.
But internally for you, was it a big deal?
I was so young. So I wasn't thinking too much about it. Just following my mom.
Okay, just your mom.
Yeah.
Okay. What for? Like, just for work? For?
Better education. To be further away from my dad.
All right.
And just to change scenery a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So she took me to Vancouver, Canada when I was 16, 17. Couple years high school there.
Can you tell me a bit about that? How did it go for you? What is it for? Where were you in China?
Oh, I was born in and raised in this northwest part of China called Xinjiang province.
All right. That's
in the desert.
Yeah.
Where the Uyghur Muslim region part of China is.
Northwest, so it's up north, North Korea?
Up north but west.
Yeah.
North Korea is the northeast.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Northwest
Okay,
is like Afghanistan, touching Russia, and Kazakhstan, all the Stans countries.
And you were raised in a big city, or?
It's the biggest city of that region, but it's a small city in China.
It's a small town of 8 million people.
It's a small city of 4 million people.
Okay, yeah, I see. So it's bigger than Paris, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what is it coming to Vancouver from there?
Wow. No, and then I went to a different part of China. So
Okay.
I grew up in many different parts of China. Stayed in that Xinjiang province until I was 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Then traveled to Hainan province, which is south, the big island, for a little bit. Then to Qingdao province, Qingdao, the city where the beer come from.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Qingdao. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then a little bit other places, eventually settled in Beijing.
All right.
Yeah. Did you guys go to Beijing this trip?
No, not this time. We had to choose.
Oh.
Which shows you're gonna think these guys are fucked up, but we
Chongqing
are.
is good.
We are.
Yeah.
Well, Chongqing was the.
But did you go to Chengdu?
No.
Oh.
We've been. So it was Shenzhen, Hong Kong, Chongqing, going through the countryside, and then Shanghai. And in Shanghai, we went to Hangzhou and Ningbo
Hangzhou is good. Oh, yeah, Hangzhou is
to
good.
meet with Unitree. Maybe you've heard of the
Unitree.
humanoid robots.
Okay.
We've seen dark factories. It's going to be soon on my YouTube channel. It's going to be very cool, very cool.
Shanghai has history.
Yeah.
Chongqing has history.
Yeah.
Hangzhou definitely has a lot of history. The lake, you bike around the lake or something, right?
Well, no, because we've been there for like just half a day or just. And how did you speak English when you arrived in Vancouver?
Not much.
Not much.
Like Chinese school exam written in English.
Well, we see what's the Chinese school English. It's not very. And what were you good at? Were you like a very good student? Or
I was a quite good student.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top 10, but not top 5
all right.
in my class.
In Vancouver? Or before?
In China.
In China. Okay.
Yeah. So that means top 1 in Vancouver.
That's the idea. Well, yeah.
Yeah. But I play a lot of sports. I play a lot of video games. It got me into some special school because I win some programming competitions.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. You were already in programming.
I got started programming when I was grade 4.
Grade 4?
Yeah.
What age is that? It's 8, 9?
Maybe 11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
10, 11.
Would you reckon it's still a good thing to put my 10 years old son into programming right now? Is it a good idea or it's useless?
I haven't thought about much. Yeah, I think so. You don't, the language, speaking the language of machine, probably a little bit unnecessary, but think structurally about a system, like how roughly understand how the machine works.
Python?
That doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. Because AI can write all the codes, most the simple codes now. So your son doesn't need to learn how to actually write the syntax, but by making something, he has to think it through himself, helping have empathy towards the machine.
Yeah. Empathy towards the machine. That's,
yeah.
So
what else is he learning?
Is he learning? Yeah, he's learning a lot of what do you say, Roblox?
Yeah.
Which is interesting still, but no, a lot of tennis. What's martial arts into is not judo, but jiu-jitsu. Yeah, and
Is tennis big in Paris?
Yeah, it's pretty big. It came back in France recently. Tennis, it was kind of old school, but
why did it came back?
I'm not sure, because we don't even have real champions. It's been like the last time a French champion on the women's side, the girls are pretty good, but on the guys' side, the last time we won not a ATP but a Grand Chelem, it was like in 18.
Yeah, I'm learning tennis this year.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
But the thing here is paddle. Here you've
I played the first time. I played twice so far. It's pretty fun.
It's growing. Yeah.
More respectable than pickleball.
Yeah. More respectable, definitely. And so when you got there, I'm just trying to understand how, because at 16, 17 is probably pretty hard. You're already, your mind, your the French,
trying to pick up language,
mm-hmm.
trying to pick up culture. I'm like, first impression is like, where's everybody? There's so few people in Vancouver compared to China, right? You've been to China, so packed with people and energy. I think the largest culture shock is actually the how to gain the context about American culture. Like, it's less about language, more about like the context behind the language, to understand jokes, for example.
It was hard?
Yeah, I find that I force myself to watch, not force, but I watched a lot of Simpsons and SpongeBob, like to understand. Oh,
SpongeBob.
why is it funny? Oh, because this is funny. It helped a lot. I played a lot of. I try to make friends because Vancouver has so many Chinese people. You could just get by without speaking a word in English if you want to, but I forced myself to hang out with non-Chinese kids and just pick up language faster, pick up culture faster.
That's the thing. What you just said about the humor is that because we're a lot about second degree, right? You say second degree humor. You understand what I'm saying? Sarcasm
yeah.
and in France, it's a lot of you make a joke that first appears as not a joke, so you're like, the fuck is he saying? And then you understand it's a joke, and people said, don't do that in China. Like a lot, and it's very French, typical French humor.
I never thought about this. Yeah, I would say Chinese humor, it's a bit less than West. It was Chinese people as more straightforward.
Yeah, okay.
Right? You guys did not go to Beijing. That's actually one of my favorite city because people have more humor in that city.
All right.
North has more humor than the South. South is like straightforward, do the work, hardworking, straight, just like get stuff done, energy.
It's interesting. I would say it's the opposite in France. But the North is more about working and South about jokes and
Oh, but it's the same then, because you said South is more about joke in France.
In France, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Because usually the warmer climate. So in South in China, it's slightly warmer climate, more port cities, right? Okay.
And so, what happened with programming, and how did you get into entrepreneurship? Did you before that? Actually, I had one question: is were you raised in that very competition way of raising kids in China?
Not really.
No,
because my mom was. She doesn't. I was always pretty good at school, so she did not pay too much attention to my school. She did not force me to learn. Like usually kids learn piano or violin when they were young. She did not force anything to me, which I can appreciate. I got into programming through competition because I was born and raised in that far west region of China. In order to get to a good school, I need to win some competition.
Oh, wow.
So that pushed me to like get better at something. And the thing I want to get better at is computers, which is programming, because I can play video games on the side of it. So I got good at that. I always play sports growing up. So the sports is sense of competition.
All right.
But it's more self-motivated, I guess, than from your parents. Yeah, she didn't force much.
Okay. It was inside you probably somehow.
Probably inside me, but I never want to. I want to be the top, but I don't want to. I know that if I be number one, number two in the class, I will be lose. So I'll be like a nerd. I wouldn't be able to play sports as much. I wouldn't be able to like chase girls. I wouldn't be able to play video games. So I'm happy with top 10 in my class rather than top 1.
Yeah, I get that. I can see that with my older daughter. Actually, she's probably exactly that. She doesn't want to be the nerd top 1, top 2, right? Yeah. I get that. You kind of get excluded when you're. Even if you don't want to, when you're the number 1, no?
You kind of get what?
Excluded by the rest of the class, no?
I guess so. Yeah, I was quite popular. It's in China, like, I don't know. You notice on there is like each class has their leader, a master.
Oh,
so
right.
they wear badges. It's kind of like a communist vibe. So
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, you probably noticed the kids wear their red necktie, right? Because the necktie symbolizes a corner of the flag, and each class has their class leader, master. Usually wear 2 bars here.
Okay.
And each row have their row leader, master, which is 1 bar, 1 red bar here. So I was elected to be my class master when I was really young.
But it's not that communist if you're elected, though.
Guess I was popular.
Yeah.
Well, popular teacher picked me also. So I always wear this, and even though I moved to different cities, I try to be like I oftentimes end up as a class masters yeah. So it's like popular with school friends, play a lot of sports. You need to also be good at school to be respected in your class. So you need to be in top 10, top 5, but you don't need to be top 1.
And when was that you came into Vancouver?
17, 18. When I was 17.
Okay, but when was that? What year?
2003, 2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was prior to all of the cameras in China and all of the tracking systems you have everywhere now.
I think the beginning of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a bit earlier.
Yeah, because this is kind of weird when you go there now. It's something big, right? The kind of
the surveillance system.
the big brother way of life.
I guess you surrender to it. It's just convenience also, right?
Yeah.
Like even when I go back to China, I don't have a Chinese ID, so it's hard for me to like register a lot of apps.
Yeah.
Right?
You can't pay with your face.
No, So like I have to use cash, but less people are using cash.
Don't you use Alipay and
I did,
WeChat?
but I need to set it up with certain IDs. And
Well, we did actually quite easily now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's quite recent, but you know what? The fun fact is actually when I came back to Paris on Sunday, I went out for shopping with my wife and daughter, and I went to this place called Les Galeries Lafayette, which is quite famous. And it said I was buying Lego for my sons, and I said, "Can I pay with Alipay?" She said, "Sure." And I did pay with Alipay in Paris, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Just to prank them?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was quite funny. So yeah, okay. And so explain to me how did you go from those first years in Vancouver to Notion? What happened in between?
Going to college, I went to UBC, University of British Columbia. It's in Vancouver, and I study cognitive science, cognitive systems. So I was thinking, should I do computer science, cognitive systems? I think cognitive systems more fitted for me back then because I already know how to code.
Can you explain me what it is?
It's a combination of neuroscience, linguistics, philosophy, and computer science, AI stuff.
That would be quite cool.
Yeah, it's like that's why it's called cognitive systems. It's a combination of all different disciplines.
Wow.
I like it because it touched so many different things, right?
So that's in Vancouver, the university?
Yeah, university.
Okay. And that was like the whole thing was for 5 years or?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah. Okay.
So I did that. Initially, I got into photography the first couple of years. I was like, I got a camera the summer that I graduated high school. So I started taking photos.
What camera was that?
Oh, it's a Nikon Rebel XT, like one of the earlier digital.
Full frame?
No, this is SLR, like some earlier generation SLRs.
Okay.
Full frame expensive. I couldn't afford it. I was working at a busing table in a restaurant but bought a camera for myself. Right? So I did a lot of photography then.
I'm listening to you. I'm going to show you something.
Oh, go for it.
Okay.
Got a camera for myself. Then so the first couple years in college feels like, wow, I'm good with. I took a lot of photos. I'm good with cameras. Good with photography. It's a Leica.
Yeah, you like this? You know that?
I'm not a Leica person. Just feels like a too analytical.
Well, it's this one. Sorry.
I'm more like a Carl Zeiss Contax. Do you know that brand Contax? It's like Japan body German lens brand. I'm more of a Contax guy. Most of my film camera are Contax. Leica is like too engineered, too precise, too. I respect it, but it's not my style.
It wasn't my style for a long time. I was really into like Canon or actually most recently all of the Sony things, easy but with good lenses. But what I've discovered with this one, it's a Q2 monochrome. So it's a fixed lens, you say, yeah. and black and white only.
Black and white only. Wow. Okay.
And so it's a lot of constraints, like a lot of, you can do much, like it's a lot of, but the black and white is much, much better than what you do with a color photography, SLR. And it's pretty cool.
Let me show you my camera.
So we get a camera competition here. It was unexpected. Camera nerds. When you like this, I was, just so you know, I was into raised into photography with my parents also, and it was before digital. So we were a lot. I was shooting and developing in the lab with my father, actually in the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a GR, one of the GR3 or something. It's a,
very cool. Okay.
It's a pocket camera, and it's lens you cannot change it.
Yeah.
So you have to move with your feet. And
so you cannot zoom or okay.
Zoom.
Okay.
I think it's better that way.
And how I mean, you could ask the same question with the Leica, but I think it's bigger. And how much better is it than a phone camera?
Quite a bit better because the lens is good, and
Okay.
it's I think it's a full frame.
All right. Okay.
More important is the lens. Sensors and like most camera. I don't know too much about modern camera. They're all kind of good, but there's this one. There's the Fuji makes some interesting cameras.
Yeah, very interesting. Panasonic.
Yeah, but I'm never prime lenses, like the fixed lenses, good to go. Oh, thank you. Shall we take a photo of you too?
So we're shooting each other right now.
Okay.
And okay.
So go back to our main thread.
What all of these? So cognitive science and camera. Have you ever thought about what it gave you more? If you hadn't been through that, would you lack of something for Notion?
I think I will lack. Yes, the answer is yes, because the art part. The first couple years of college, doing a lot of art, sort of help you understand cure your taste, help you understand the art world a little bit. Like I do a lot of party, and I was working in a bookstore at that time. Like usually when it's not busy, I just flip art books and try. Oh, this is that painter. Pattern recognizing the painter. So they help you improve your taste, understand humanity at large. The art world help you understand how the social dynamic behind every scene, right? Music scene, art scene is a group of people, and there's status, there's like connection, there's relationships, and that's also the reason why I did not end up want to do art, because it's too much about relationship, not enough about the thing you're making, enough of meritocracy, right?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I didn't see it that way though before. It's interesting.
It's too man-made. It's too
man-made.
It's too artificial. Not in the bad way. It's just like too less objective. Right?
Yeah, it's true. You have to get some I don't want to say chaperone or some people
you have
spotting you.
Yeah, and it's about which party do you go to? Which DJ are you friends with? Yeah, I think the art. I'm probably more of a nerd than a social person.
I would say though that the internet at large changed that a bit. You can get very famous, maybe in movies or in music or maybe in photography, just going with your camera and your website and your stuff and your community and your Instagram. Then before you used to have to know this movie director, this screenplay, I don't know, whatever, and you had to get that, if you were the son
I think that's true. It's allow you good stuff to be discovered right, through the internet. I think that's generally true.
Okay. How did you go actually for that? How did you get into that, into photography, into all of these art things? Was it your mother or was it?
I'm not sure, because when I was young, I've been doing Chinese watercolor painting when I was really young. That's then I did some Chinese stamp carving in elementary school. You carve the stamp, you can
Boy, yeah. I mean,
Did
it's
you
fun.
guess that?
I did my first stamp carving on Sunday back in France because I bought some stamps and I bought the knife to carve.
The Chinese ones?
Yeah, sure.
Here?
Yeah, here in France.
But who teach you? It's not easy.
No, but it was shit. What I did was just shit. But I have to learn on YouTube. But this is insane.
Why do you want to learn this?
I don't know. We went to that shop in Shanghai, and the guy convinced me and said, "Look, you do that. You go on YouTube. You learned how to do that." And I came back. I was jet lagged. I was in my
So
kids.
you got the stone too?
Yeah, I got the stone and I started
flatten
covering.
the
Yeah,
thing?
my God. Yeah. I want you to teach me.
That's more of a my craft was like elementary school level, but it's a type of art form that not too many people do because usually rank as like calligraphy probably number 1, watercolor painting number 2. Then bunch of other things. Then it's the stone carving.
That's very niche. Yeah.
Very niche. Yeah. So I did that. Play a lot of video games, but I guess it doesn't relate too much to art. I think photography was easy because it's like the lazy man's art, right? You can just click, and you can just use your foot and eyes to frame things.
It's kind of like Notion. What I was saying earlier on, it's like it's easy to access. But then if you want to become a Notion master or a photography master, there's a lot of work. I mean, a lot of things to understand.
I haven't thought that way. Yeah. It's easy and it's help you get into good parties, and with girls. It's like it's an art form. At least I pick up fairly quickly. My photo was got exhibit in New York Photo Festival one year. So holy shit, I'm good at this. So
when was that? Like
2007, 2008.
So you sold photos?
I sold photos. Yeah. The first time I went to New York because my photo was exhibit in some gallery there, and that was early college. I said, I want to do art, and but it's got tired from the party scenes. So maybe I should do something more meritocracy based. So.
Is there a place where we can see those photos?
Yeah, you go to my Twitter. There's a link to the website. I think it's Ivan Zhao Notion.site.
Okay.
And there are some photos there. So one series about China, because I spent 2 summers with my dad traveling road trips inside China, where the places you guys went to.
All right.
Take a lot of photos.
All right. So you got back with your dad at some point. You didn't. Okay.
During college, I went back to visit my dad during summers. Then we road trip many parts of China. I took a lot of photos.
So he still lives over there?
He still lives in Shanghai.
In Shanghai, okay.
Yeah.
It must be kind of weird now. You got like a very separate maybe way of life thinking or.
Yeah, it feels like I'm kind of stuck in the either side, right?
All right.
Like my taste in food and poetry and language, there's a lot of Chinese.
All right.
My understanding of business, all the new thing I learned, philosophy, every history is more in English. And culturally, my wife is Iranian, so like it's all different cultures mixed together.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like that. It's like I prefer to be different than to be the same.
Man, you have kids?
No.
Okay.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, they're gonna be half Iranian, Chinese, North American. My God, it's gonna be a mess.
It will be a good mess. Yeah.
Do you still shoot?
Not as much as before.
Okay.
Yeah.
No exhibition anymore? It's just for you or?
On my Instagram, I haven't updated for a few years, but before I said, maybe I update my Instagram every time we go for a trip, right? Yeah, running company, like you have to think about your business all the time. So, but to be a good photographer, you have to like really focus on observing the world. It's zero sum in that regard.
I believe all of this makes me understand how I think the Notion UI, I don't know, you explain me how did it start? Maybe we'll go briefly into this period in between the exhibits and the start of Notion, but it makes me understand how different was the design of Notion, because it was very different than everything. And it was kind of it's always been very simple, like back to basics at some point. But, was it influenced by all of these things, you believe? Was it you, or was it someone else's input?
It was me. What's the influence? We try to be very orthodox.
It is, yeah.
We try to be not innovative, because there's different way you can push new design into the world. Like if you push too much, then people can't absorb all of it. So the version of Notion that's running online right now, it's like it took us 4 or 5 years to get there. Like in the earlier version, we tried a lot of innovation, a lot of differences, different ideas. It's too new, it's too different. So as we keep iterating on this, we get better at, okay, let's just make the core UI very simple and very familiar, very orthodox. So if you look at Notion today, there's a left sidebar, just looks like your Mac Finder's left sidebar, right? But behind the scene, there's somewhat innovation. It brings all your content, your data in your company, in your business, one place. Yep. That's sort of the new invention back then, newish.
It was the idea at the origin?
The idea?
Yeah, was that the idea, to put everything from the company?
That's one of the ideas. Well, the idea is actually bigger than that. The idea is about computing. It's going back, so maybe jump back to in college, started doing art, did some science. And then last year, my school at UBC, at college, I started learning about the history of computing. So like the way I got into it is like we're all graduating college, right? So I need to make website for my own photos. I need to make website for my then ex-girlfriend's website. She's a fashion designer. She need to make portfolio websites. Her friend needs portfolio websites. So I start making website for a lot of my friends. I'm the only nerd in my friend circle.
Was that WordPress or something?
No, just clean HTML. Okay. Yeah. Then the realization is like, oh, maybe I need to make a tool so other people can make websites. Because WordPress is kind of limited. Not limited. It's like more for blog. Then there's like Weebly and Wix back then. Yeah. It's like I think Wix is still around. It's kind of constrained. You cannot make very free form websites, right? And so I started looking to, let me build a tool for you all.
Kind of a Squarespace.
Kind of Squarespace, but more free.
Okay.
Right? It's like a Figma meets Squarespace.
Okay.
I want to build that. And from building that, I realized, wait a second, let me learn more about the history of the web. Right? And from learning the history of the web, wait a second, let me learn about history of computers.
Wow, that's a very deep way of thinking. Yeah, it's interesting.
Right? So like, and then I realized, holy shit.
That's not a very American way of thinking, I would say.
It is not?
I would say there would be more like a problem solution, whatever. Not like what's the history of the whole thing,
Yeah, I'm kind of like history. I like the looking history side of things. But looking at the history of computing, you realize those people back in the 60s and 70s has the best ideas about what to do with that machine. And somehow we messed it up in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were those best ideas like?
It's the computing should almost be like reading and writing. Should be like a medium.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like you asked me, should you teach your kids how to program? Right? It's as if you ask me, like, should I teach my kids how to read and write French?
Mm.
You don't ask me that question.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So in the first generation computing pioneers in the 60s, and they thought about making computing as if it's writing. You're going to make it simpler and simpler. So, but you still require learning, still require people to participate. But once you master the medium, you can do anything you want with the computers.
Mm.
So that's why, like, if you think about Notion, if you understand the base of Notion, a company, a person, a business can use Notion to make some of the most powerful software for their business. Right?
From Notion.
From Notion. It's inspired by those ideas. And what inspired them, that generation, is like, if you think about it, right, trace back to time, computers back then was like room-size calculator in the basement of, like, you put a punch card in, go grab a sandwich, come back, the number.
2 + 2 = 4, but it took you like 3 days.
But you can do really fancy calculation, but it's only just numbers for calculation, counting things, right? And this like 60s generation, a lot of them are West Coast. They took acid. They're that hippie generation in San Francisco, right? Then they say, oh, wait a second, let's put a display, a TV, a radar display actually, next to this big machines. Now the computer can talk back to you without you have to wait for the printing card. Yeah. And it could be real time. And that's why people invented the mouse.
Okay.
This gentleman, Douglas Engelbart, he invented the mouse because now you have a display. You need to be able to point the things on the display. He tried so many different things. He tried like light pen. He tried like a different type of touching devices. The mouse is the best because your blood flow downwards. You can do this for hours at a time. If you do a light pen, you get tired. Right? There's many other, they do a lot of real research to figure out what's the good form factor, HCI, human computer interaction. What are the good way the human and computer can interact to so become a very medium-like, back and forth, that's bandwidth is high.
I get it. Yeah.
And they create computing system in the back in the day, in the 60s, 70s. It's like everybody can change the software they use.
But it was not very consumer. I think it was still very niche, right? It was just for,
it's actually the original, one of some of early idea designed for kids.
All right.
Yeah. So the other gentleman, Alan Kay, he wrote a paper in the late 60s, 70s, talk about how do you create a medium, allow kids to learn while they're young, so they become a mind amplification medium for them as they grow up.
Okay.
Just like you learn to read French or English or Chinese when you were, grade 1, grade 2. And once you learn that, you can be a poet, you can be a businessman, you can be anything you want with the language. What is that with another medium? Like, that's called computing.
Wow.
I
didn't know that. It's amazing.
Those ideas are very fundamental and quite powerful, right? It's like, it's not natural that we go through a school system to learn, sit down there for 5 years, 6, however long in French education system, and to learn how to write. It's not normal. It's very unnatural.
Yeah, very unnatural.
But it's very powerful. But what is that for another medium? Right? And that's the big idea of that generation.
Coming back to what you said, is when I ask you this question is, did you say that? How to create empathy with the machine? Was that what you use?
Yeah.
But
that's it's less profound then.
Okay.
But that the big idea here is like that we had the opportunity to create a medium that's in general net good. You can say that reading and writing in general, it's not good for humanity. You can say that, right? It's like very disruptive. You create a lot of different things, but in general, it's something that makes human more full. And computing could be something make human more full.
Yeah.
And so they create computing system that's very easy to modify, just like reading and writing is very easy to modify. Early days, there wasn't as strong a notion of applications, because we are so used to applications.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? This is largely an invention of the 80s. Before one of the first computing system, Xerox Alto, they run the operating system called Smalltalk. It's a programming language / operating system / application all in one. And it's network. It has almost most things that modern computer has, if not more. And there's a famous demo when You probably heard Steve Jobs went to Xerox PARC
Yeah.
to learn about borrowed a lot of ideas, right? So that's where the auto computer was. So when he went to Xerox PARC, and he doesn't like the scroll bars direction. So, great, this graphic user interface is amazing, but I wish they scroll the other direction, right? So, and while he was asking the question, researcher at Alto just changed the direction of the scroll bar live.
All right.
Because everything is so malleable, right? Software is really easy to change. Right now, if you want to change something, it's really, really difficult.
Yeah.
So that's the big idea of the 70s. In the 80s generation happened, which is the Bill Gates and Steve Jobs generation, in order to make computer mainstream. And the notion is like that, what is it? Microsoft mission was put a computer on every desk in every home, right? They have to simplify a lot of things. And through that simplification, a lot of good ideas lost. So computing become more of an application-driven system. That means in order to use computer, you use software, you have to largely there's a user of application and maker of application. Maker application are programmers, user application are users, and user can only click the buttons. Maker can do programming. So there's a separation. The separation back to reading and writing, almost like there's a priest, there is the scribe, they know how to read and write French or English, and there's the rest of people can only go to Catholic church and listen, right?
Wow.
We're stuck in that world. We're still in that world.
We're still in that world.
Yeah.
But it's interesting how, I mean, all of those reflections, all of your what you're talking about right now, you were thinking about that prior to creating Notion.
That's what inspired me to create Notion.
Right.
Because I want to create the product that brings back some of those original ideas, because they're so powerful and so good. And there should be some kind of internet-based software that brings some this kind of malleability and creativity of computing back to as many people as possible.
This is so powerful, even. I think it's interesting because in France, at least, I'd say it's not 100%, but most of if you go to an engineering school, like if you go to, at some point, Excellence, Polytechnique, Centrale, and so on, those schools, like, would be in the US, what is it? You get MIT or stuff like this. Maybe you don't learn so much about art, philosophy, and probably you don't go back too much into this history of computing and what was it made for, and I think your background, probably from China, probably from bicultural origins, photography and everything, really gave birth to something like quite new, but that was the idea, the original idea. It's interesting. That's
it
what
was
you're
the
saying.
original idea. It's you touch a good point. Like, if you go to study computer science, right, that most people don't know. If you ask people who is Douglas Engelbart, who is Alan Kay, who is John McCarthy, those pioneers, they don't know. They don't teach as much. They just briefly one slide in their present, like computer 101, not even 201 or something, like a really one slide quickly jump over. They don't talk about their idea. Why is it important? Where the field come from? So computer science is less of a science. It's more, it's as if you go to physics and who's Isaac Newton? They don't talk about Isaac Newton at all. They don't talk about Einstein at all. And you study physics. It's like, oh, of course you're not studying physics. You just learn how to follow formula and do some problem solving, but you're not learning the why behind why you solve problem this way.
It's true.
Right? So, and that's in some sense translate not just to computer science to the rest of the tech industry. Like the modern tech industry built on top of computing. But by and large, most people have no idea where computing comes from.
And it got lost at some point. That's what you're saying. I mean, you would have some, it was very efficient though, still. I mean, you would have a lot of apps. I mean, it got lost in the 90s. It was even more lost because you would have to be trained on everything. Every time you would try to to be onboarded on some new maybe device or new app, you would have to get 5 days of training. Then it got better because with UX and some application was easier and easier. But what you're saying is that you would have one use for this, one use for that, and there was no more creativity. And
yeah, it's kind of like there's a path in history that computing could go down, become like reading and writing. Today, computing has become more like kitchen appliances.
Yeah, okay.
Like each one does one thing, right? And it's like there's no much creativity with your fridge. You can only use your fridge or toaster in a certain way.
Well, if you start from there, I mean, okay, interesting. Where I get the starting point and probably the end point. And today you'll explain me because I don't have the big picture of all of what you're doing. But the path is insane because, I mean, starting from there and saying, I'm going to build something that's going to solve that issue. It's like, well, where do you start? I mean,
yeah, that's why we like got locks for like 5 years, right? Trying to like, what is this? Actually, funny, a friend of mine asked me, I wrote like a essay for myself or for a few people right before I start Notion and talk about this idea we just talked about. And a friend of mine recently read it. So wow, it's not online. It's like somewhere private. And it's interesting. It's like the idea is pretty flushed out, right?
Would you give it to me? Or?
Oh, I'll give it to you.
Can I publish it? Or?
Yeah, you can publish it.
Okay.
It's an internet archive now. Okay. So archive.org/something.
Okay,
I'll send it to
ask
you.
It. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's the idea space is the entire computing industry, right? The entire software computing industry. We tried many things, and we tried making a developer tool really easy so more people can make software. So from the software maker side to make it really easy, we tried making like website publishing, make it very diverse so you can start making web apps. That didn't go anywhere. Eventually, the realization is let's start from a place that people recognize, understand, and use every day, which are the so-called productivity software. Okay. Like the tools that you mentioned, like the next generation of the spreadsheet, project management, document tools, and make them better and hide the computing ideas that secretly inside of it. We call it like sugar-coated broccoli.
Sugar?
Sugar-coated broccoli. Broccoli is those computing ideas that are take me like 2 minutes to explain, right? Nobody cares. And in this YouTube generation, people people don't pay attention. But those ideas are important and useful if once you get to it. And we want people to care about it, to take advantage of those ideas. But the way to do it is to wrap in the surface and utility that people care every day, which are how to get their job done using those productivity software.
My mind is blowing because I'm like, how do you get to a VC with such an idea? Look, mate, I'm going to explain because sometimes it has to be, look, this is a problem. This is my solution. I'm going to blow the world, right? Yeah, okay. I'll give you 3 million.
Well, we did a very good demo. So I built a prototype. Took me like 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years to build a prototype. And that's very compelling.
Okay.
And it actually has a lot of like touches on all different things we talk about. That raised the first round of money.
So it took you almost 2 years, you said? By yourself? How many people was it?
Initially by myself. So I was in Canada, right? So like Canada graduate school. And I wanted to build something around this idea. It doesn't have a name yet.
Did you work at the same time? Did you work on that? Or
I graduate school and I know I want to move to San Francisco to start this thing. But in order to move to San Francisco, I need to figure out my visa because I'm a Canadian. And so I work at a different company in the United States, in San Francisco for about 1.5 years. And I told the CEO of the company, I'll be joining you, figure out my visa and start my own company. And he's very helpful. He's actually the first investor into this.
Is he? Who's that?
Matt McGinnis. He's the COO of Rippling.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
He's the number 2 guy at Rippling.
Well, he probably made more money out of Notion than everywhere else.
Probably.
He was the best intern. Oh no, you were not intern. You were employee, but it was the best employee.
Yeah, but he's like help you understand how the magic of Silicon Valley, right? People support you, help you. You pay forward to this.
How much did he invest?
Oof. 50K, 100K, not sizable. Yeah, but he's the first check.
Interesting.
Yeah, but we're still friends. We're very he's actually speak perfect Chinese. Is the guy who speak. He's from Canada too, but he's not Chinese. He speaks really good Chinese.
All right.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's good. Yeah, he's a Chinese tutor every Sunday or something.
Fun.
Yeah.
And so you moved to the US. You've been working while you were working in his company. You were working on Notion already
on the weekend. Trying to like building a prototype. Mm-hmm. That took me about like I said, a year and a half. The prototype's ready. My visa, I figured out. That actually took everything, raising money, building prototype. Visa is actually probably the hardest thing to figure it out.
So it was is it a green card?
No, it's called a E2 visa. It's kind of like I believe it's meant for people open corner store, like small businesses.
Right.
So I need to write a business plan. It's like, what is business? It's like a 5-year plan, learn some basic accounting, need to show the proof of business. I need to rent a co-working space, took some photos, then hire some of my friends as the first employees. I've given them job offer letters and and buy stuff from Amazon. So to see, we're buying things this is a real business now, and spend some money so proof like, this is a real business, so we can get a visa.
Papers, staples, and
yeah, like
right.
Yeah, my mom had helped me with the first chunk of money as well. So before we raise any money.
Does she have shares?
She's Chinese mom, so she's
your your number one shareholder.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that.
Vous êtes plus d'1 million par mois à regarder mes vidéos. 90% d'entre vous n'êtes pas abonnés. Alors je vais vous demander un truc. Parce qu'après 8 ans de Génération du Yourself, ce projet, c'est le projet de ma vie. Toutes les semaines, avec mon équipe, on s'arrache pour trouver les meilleurs invités, pour t'inspirer et pour tirer le plus d'apprentissage possible. Pourquoi ? Parce que ma conviction profonde, c'est qu'il faut utiliser son temps de cerveau disponible sur du contenu plus intelligent. C'est important pour moi que ce contenu soit disponible gratuitement. Alors, ce que je vais te demander, c'est simple, abonne-toi. Pour toi, c'est juste un clic. Pour nous, ça change absolument tout. Plus on a d'abonnés ici, meilleurs seront les contenus, les invités, les productions et donc la valeur qu'on t'apportera. C'est maintenant. Do it.
Yeah. All right. And how long did it take to go from these days to... I understand you've been in Japan in between, no?
Yeah, so those 4 or 5 years is like really long, right? It's like, it's not because the problem space is huge.
Yeah.
And towards the end of it, we realized, we need to build, the best way forward is to build a productivity software, but hide those kind of broccoli computing power inside of it.
You said competitive
computing power.
Productivity
Lego,
software.
Productivity software on the outside, but Lego of software, Lego for computing on the inside.
Okay.
Right. And but we need to rebuild the product again. This is probably rebuild number 3 or number 4.
From zero?
From zero. Yeah.
Why is that? Was it because language or just the
language, technology, ideas are different, product ideas different, and the technology also evolved. You can use a better technology for it.
I've heard, I think it's Elon Musk saying somewhere, the hardest part is to rebuild from zero, because, I mean, when you've been working on something for 6, 8, 9, 10 months or even more, saying I'm just trash it all.
I actually disagree. I think that's, I guess hard from... You need to manage your psyche, your team psyche. It's throw everything away, but it's really liberating. It's like it's like actually fun because you take all your lessons from the past. You know how to do it better
and faster,
much faster. It's like, to me, it's usually worth it because the curve. If you build a really elegant system, you can catch up the old system really quickly.
Do you believe at some point it's impossible? Would it be doable today on Notion in like trashing everything and do it all over again?
I'm not saying no to that. It's like, I think the art of it is how do you keep the old Notion going, remain the same, but build it from the inside and swapping out a new thing, right? So it's doable too. Like especially all the online businesses like required to be online to support all the 100 million people. You have to do that. Like Facebook did a complete rewrite, right? So a lot of good product does complete rewrite while still remain fully online.
There's this myth of legacy IT, right? You know, some big companies, they have all of their backbone is from the 90s.
From the 50s, yeah. from 60, COBOL's running.
Yeah, COBOL, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so so you rewrote and rewrote. Did you find clients? Did you make money at some point? Or?
At that point, the Japan time, we did not have a client. So
and why Japan?
Because we laid off everybody to do the rewrite.
All right.
Because like at the time was like 5 people. We'll be running out of money if going with a team of 5. It's about a lot easier to stretch our cash if just go back to me and my co-founder Simon, 2 people. Mm-hmm. So we went back to 2 of us, and say, oh, let's just go. We're like, of course, morale is low. Let's just go somewhere that's like we've never been, so exciting. It's like brand new start.
All right.
And we've never been to Japan.
So it was kind of intentional, saying like
very quick. We're just let's go to Japan. Decided really quickly. And
did you move in like together in the same place? And
yeah, we did. So we actually initially we're trying to do Tokyo, obvious reasons, right? So, but you went on Airbnb and you find all the places in Tokyo that are very small.
Yeah.
And because I love my co-founder Simon, but I don't want to squeeze into a small place with him for a month. so we look at Kyoto. It's a different city, but the house is much nicer and bigger there, and it's cheaper. So we actually make money by renting out our place in San Francisco by living in Japan. So it's a good story. When cash flow positive, not from software, from Airbnb.
At least, yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then I guess when you're just kind of stuck, obviously, voluntary stuck, it's a good point for just deep work, right?
It's very good for deep work.
Yeah.
Like I'm Chinese, so I can read kanji. I can read the menu. I can read the sign of street signs. Most Japanese people don't speak English. So we're just eat, work. Very productive.
Someone told me about Chinese that they're obsessed by 2 things: is eating and working. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of true, actually.
That's kind of true.
I didn't say it, but you just said it.
Oh, I never thought of it that way. I think that's kind of true. Yeah, people love food. People love working. So, Simon he's not Chinese. He's from Maryland, Baltimore.
All right.
But we did this for...
Did you like it?
Some of my best memories. It's like, because the flow state, when you are building something, you sort of know what you're trying to build, right? But you're just like making the system better because you built it like 2-3 times before. You just straight flow state. Music, headphone, programming and design.
Have you ever lost faith?
During that time?
Yeah.
Not much. I think I would say almost never. Multiple reasons. You know what you want to design can be built because people built it in the 70s. So people built better systems back then, right? So if you study it, the mountain exists. It's far there. It's on the same continent. If you just, all you need to do is find a path to get to that top of the mountain. So it's there. You can see it. I would say number 2 is like Simon and I, our personality we're pretty optimistic. We're very optimistic. It will kill you if you start a company if you're not optimistic. And low is never that low, high is never that high for us. So, and we had fun building this. Yeah, we're pretty close to running out of money a couple times, but but we know we can build something. We can get to the mountain. We know that the mountain is valuable. We know that the mountain, the new product we're building, the sugarcoat broccoli product, will be used by other people.
When was the aha moment? When did you shift to when? Yeah, all of the things. Did you get like new customers? People understand your art at the end?
Gradually, I would say.
All right.
We've been building in public. We just release each versions online, and you see like more and more people coming. And we launched 1.0 on this online place called Product Hunt.
All right.
Right. So
Product Hunt is a very famous. I mean, a lot of French even startup use it. I'm just explaining for people listening.
Perfect.
It's just a website where you're releasing a product, and if you're like number one or
it's like a form of like what's new product in the world, right? We launched there, that becomes like a jumping point, and a lot of people that we helped us. I was doing customer support at the time also, so a lot of people I did customer support interacting with like came here support us on Product Hunt and made us like the product of the week, of the month, of the year, and it's very touching. It feels like, oh, you're building for the things that for other people you have interaction with, and they come, even though you never met them, they come help you. They tell a good story about you.
It's wonderful. It had to had this story to get there, because, you know, while we're talking, I was thinking about like my daughter. She's using more and more her computer, and while organizing her life or her I don't know, bat mitzvah or something like this, she didn't use Notion, but I believe it's the best tool she should use. And I didn't even think about telling her that. What I'm saying here is that it's not that easy to make people vote and shift and understand how big it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a Lego. It's as you said, it's a Lego, so it's fun. You play with it, but so to make it the best product of the year on Product Hunt, it had this past you just described. I believe. I don't know if it's clear, but just to give you the use we have of Notion on the podcast. So I'm to be 100% honest. I'm not the biggest user of the team, because I do record, WhatsApp, call, meetings, and so on. So, but I love the way we use it, and we're working a lot on it. So what we do is mainly, hold on, I'm in the application. So we got everything. It's a backbone of what we're doing now. So it starts with a page, or probably we get this.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty Notion. Yeah. So here, where are you, Ivan Zhao? So you're booked. So you're booked.
Okay.
You're not recorded yet. So you're gonna move from that to that this morning, and then where are you? Here. You will be probably on air on December 28th.
Okay.
And then when we move you here, then a lot of things happen. Then you see we got different views, the calendar, so I can see. So this was read of mine number 500. I get all of this thing. Mingpo, this was like last Sunday, and then I can find you here. So it's going to be, and we have all of the views. And then when we get there, when we change you on the, how do you call that, column, we'll get all of those things. Hold on, I'll try to get here.
Just click it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I get all of the things, the YouTube that's going to be released tonight, the drive, the photos, the notes. Clem made the notes. I made the books you're talking about, the references. See, so you were talking about the place where we can get your photos, for example.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Then it will go here, and then it will be automatically published on our website. We get the transcription here.
Are you using the meeting note transcription from Notion right now?
No, actually, we're using Scribecast, but we could transcript already on Notion.
We can, yeah. That's a new product we launched 4 months ago.
Okay, we should try that.
Yeah.
And
you can click the meetings button on the left.
Where's that?
On the left. This
left here. Okay, meetings. And would it be able to transcript the whole podcast?
Oh, you can, yeah.
Okay.
You can transcribe the whole podcast. Yeah, it's a pretty good setup. Like what you're showing, that's okay. There's a document part, there's a project management, there's a scheduling calendar part. Usually those has to be 3 different software. Right?
Yeah.
Now here is one place because you can glue the Legos together. Your information can relate to each other, and this translates into you use fewer tools, less context switching. Your information makes sense together. Always have context, and today in AI, this is quite powerful because allow your AI to have all the same context to work for you.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a point where I want to talk about. But so for people listening to us, the main idea is that what I showed to Ivan is that we start with an ID, which is a guest, and we'll put Ivan Zhao. Then you'll be somewhere like in the prospection list, like the people we want to invite. And then you get from the people we want to invite to the people we've booked, then the people we've recorded, and then it goes from an ID to dissemination of everything from the title, which shows all together, to the description of the episode, to the LinkedIn post, the whatever post, Instagram and everything, and
that's the constraint we set for ourselves when we designed the version of Notion. It's like you have to capture from the smallest information bit, which is idea on piece of paper, right? Just write down the one word, a bullet list, to all the way to a system, which is a database, and interconnected system of records, different your accounts, your Notions, your CRM, in this case, your episodes, your schedules, all those things have to scale the whole thing. That's the constraint. Because computing is like English or French, right? You can write a to-do list, a laundry list for yourself. You can write, proofs. You can write, engineer handbook all in French. English can scale all the way. That's the power of medium. That's not the case for a typical software application. You can only do part of it.
Yeah. The problem, or if I want to be, this is what everybody tells you every day, I believe, but is that if I get there and I'll say, this is not as good as a CRM, this is not as good as Excel, this is not as good as, so you'll tell me probably yes, but maybe if I want to get like this prospection list and get an email automation and so on, I probably can do that on Notion, but it's probably not as easy as if I start from Pipedrive or something. Is it?
Well, the goal is it's as good as a CRM, right? CRM is not a category we're going specifically after, but CRM is just made from software building blocks.
Yeah.
Right. So if we just design Notion building blocks as well designed as the underlying software building block, there's no reason it shouldn't be as powerful as a typical CRM. We just haven't put enough engineering system in to unlock the power of it. Spreadsheet is a little bit tricky. Spreadsheet is like 50 years of specific needs of baking. We don't want to go after that market too specifically.
Now or never?
Definitely not now. Like there's already, our finance team still runs on Excel, right? You can't even, Google Sheets doesn't.
Yeah. When you talk to an Excel nerd,
they just
even after 15 years of Google Sheets, he will tell you that there's no way I'm moving to this.
They're too specific, and that's largely for financial modeling.
Yeah.
But the part of the spreadsheet that we care about is people who create a list of things to organize. That part Notion does very well, like just a database of things to organize. You can filter by different, like a database of your episodes, of your accounts. We care about that use case.
So if you understood what I just said, hopefully you did, of how we use it for Génération It Yourself for the podcast, what's amazing at the end is that it's literally our backbone. The regret I have, and we'll have to do that at some point, is that like probably if you take, you're going to be like episode 510 or 15, something like this. And we've probably started that way like 100 episodes ago or something. So I have 400 episodes that are not exactly in the database, in the Notion database.
I see.
And that would be, if you're talking about AI, like getting the audio, the transcript,
it's so powerful.
The whole thing. Like we could, I mean, it would be like.
Where are they stored today? The old episodes.
They're on a probably Google Drive or Dropbox. The audio are on
and
Dropbox.
the transcription, it's in.
No, some of them are not transcripted, but it would be easy to do that.
Well, if you can try to connect to Notion, and Notion AI can search Google Drive and a bunch of other sources. And transcription, you probably have to figure something out, and you can get transcription in or put them in Google Drive.
Yeah, we would be able to do that.
Yeah, that's probably one of the more powerful thing for you, because like it's becoming your second brain for your business.
Yeah,
right? You can ask for anything, and
it's going to be the brain of my business, literally. I mean, I'm not the brain of the business. I'm the servitor, or the servant, right? I mean, we're several brains. It's going to be the central brain.
Central brain for your business.
Well, at least the central data. The brain's going to come with AI somehow, or
the brain. We can talk about that later, but like a lot of agent product we launched, they can become mini brain to do repetitive work for you if the data is in one place.
I have to call Shubham. You know Shubham? You've heard about Shubham Sharma? No, he's a French, like he's one of your probably number one promoter in France.
Maybe I have.
This guy is completely insane about Notion. He's How do
you spell the name?
Shubham is SHUBAM.
Do you have his?
Yeah, picture.
I recognize faces better.
Hold on, that's Shubham here. It's on the podcast actually.
Oh, I think he's part of the community.
Yeah, definitely.
He's part of. Yes.
And I'm gonna ask Shubham to help us do that. Probably he's the one. Okay, so and how did you grow back then? Was it in the Valley? Was it where did it start? Who was your first customer? You remember?
It's just online.
Yeah.
I was in those people through Product Hunt community, and we were 2 people, just me and Simon. So generating some cash. We stayed very small for very long. Still fairly small. But yeah, those people from Product Hunt.
That means you were profitable early.
Profitable pretty early.
Okay.
That's why like every time we raise money, we do not need to dilute too much, and pretty efficient.
You're still profitable?
Yeah, cash flow positive for several years now, even though a company is much larger today.
Oh, wow. How many people today?
900, 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the split between Simon and you?
Different offices, you mean? Or?
Well, no. How do you in the work? What does Simon today?
Simon is still coding.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, that guy's lucky.
Are you jealous?
I'm jealous. I like what I do too, but coding give you a different flow state. It's some of the best flow state, right? Actually, that's not true. He's become more of a managing coding agent, right? So he still does engineering work. I do product, a lot of trying to like working with different product team, get idea to be coherent, looking at the details, visiting customer. That's why I'm in Paris right now. Did our user conference, had dinner with customer last night.
Who's the biggest consumer in France?
Biggest customer?
Customer, sorry, yeah.
Quite like I would say a role model customer, probably the company Quanto.
Okay, Quanto.
Yeah, as I think they're not the biggest by number of people, but they use Notion quite well.
Yeah, like they're my major sponsor actually.
Oh,
nice. I love them. Not just because they're my sponsor, but they're yeah.
Yeah, I think there are 2,000-3,000 people. Whole company runs on Notion. It's like what you did for your studio, but they do the whole company. It's like everything, they track everything. Engineer team runs their bug issue tracking, marketing to-do lists, all the documentation in the company. I visited their office last year. I think I'm going to visit tomorrow, I believe. So I visited their office last year, and they have like yoga lessons, how to sign up yoga lessons through Notion forms. Like everything's connected to Notion. It's like, wow, they really get the best out of this kind of second brain.
I don't know if I'm right, but it's probably thanks to my one of my former associate partners, Germain Michou, that was like one of the earlier employee at Conto, when he was a complete Notion nerd actually. But yeah. Okay.
It's like people who grow up playing Legos will have a really good time setting up Notion.
Is it hard to get to, you said enterprises, so Conto is not really enterprise, it's
startup,
Yeah. I mean, could you get to, I don't know, the Coca-Cola company, like everywhere in the world?
We're getting to there. Like in France, L'Oreal, Accor, those are the traditional enterprise customer.
Okay. They're signing up?
They're signing up the Notion customer.
Not for everyone?
Not for everyone. In some other, in the rest of Europe, like the Volvo of the world, Toyota in Japan, those are thousands or tens of thousands of people running on Notion.
And when they start with Notion, do you have to get them, how do you call that, transition from previous software, or is it start from zero?
Depends. So they could come from replace their previous knowledge base or project management tool, consolidate them. Right? Actually, what we do a lot for our customers to help them save, instead of using 5 different tools, they can consolidate them in together. One good example we usually share is like there's the finance company called Ramp. It's one of the fastest growing company in the US right now.
All right.
Right. So there are 3,000 people, 3,000 people in Ramp. We came in to help them remove 5-6 tools, all moving to Notion. And for those 3,000 employees, each person we save 50% cost of their tooling costs.
All right.
So that's one part. The better part is because now you don't have to use 5-6 tools, you save time. And even better, you have one place to do AI, to deploy AI to help you do all the work. So those 3 things add together, it's the benefit for a larger company.
All right. And it's not like, because a lot of time, getting rid of some tools was kind of a financial decision, but it was a larger tool, but that people get a lot of frustration inside. It's not what's happening with Notion getting deployed.
You mean people are happy we replaced larger tools, or?
Well, probably you could be the kind of, look, I am Microsoft. I get all of this shit, or Google, or, they tried to do that with trying to replace Slack and Workspace and whatever, everything, and say, you just sign with me. You get the emails, you get this, that. But at the end, if you had to be honest as a user, you would be like, this is half as good as that. This is not as good as this. It is not. It's not the feeling people have when you go and say, you're just Notion, and you'll have to forget about the others. Yeah,
that's what we hope, right? People are happy to migrate towards Notion rather than, I have to use it.
That's my feeling. It
is true. We don't compete with Microsoft or Google Suite. Nor Slack. We're the layer sitting on top of Microsoft Office and Google's. Like we use Google Suite ourselves.
They're trying to compete with you though.
More toward like the space we're occupying are competing with the point solutions, the SaaS fragmentation, the SaaS point solution in the past 15 years.
Am I wrong if I'm saying that Microsoft has tried to get its own Notion, right?
Yeah, they're the similar product called Microsoft Loop, SharePoint, a couple of generations before. It's like a point solution on top of Office, right? Like our advantage is like we can consolidate those point solutions through our Legos. So you don't have to use a lot of point solutions. You still have to use email and calendar from Office or Google Gmails, but the rest of the company, the core collaboration, productivity workspace could just be on Notion. That can cover your project management, your simple CRM if your company is small, and a bunch of other things. Because we give you this kind of very flexible database, and database can keep track of most things, right? And that's the Lego power customer have.
And why don't you go on direct messaging somehow? That would be interesting, I think.
It would be interesting, yeah.
You know why? But because what I'm saying is that, so I still work on
we need to get you over here.
Google Docs, and why is that reason? Because I got all of the notes I got about you and the work we've done prior to the episodes, but then here talks Clemens.
Wow.
And so I have everything on the same screen, but maybe it's too niche, but still, so I get...
so you can chat at the same time.
Yeah.
Interesting use case. Yeah.
I believe it's going to happen soon, probably, on Notion.
Yeah, work like a Lego can be anything, right? And so if you have the right primitive, you can go after many things. You still have to make trade-off. Trade-off is like one of my favorite words. Yeah.
But what I think is that it would be very interesting for one reason, because we're going to get there. I have a couple of questions before, but for AI and for the knowledge bases, because if you can stock all of the discussions we had, decision we've made, that would be very powerful.
You can do connect using Notion, connect with other tools
like Slack,
Microsoft Teams. So you can your Gmail, your emails, you can get all the context in. So you can still using other tools, but the AI is connected, and we do a lot of very dedicated work to map the permission, make sure the right information get indexed, then you can find anything you ever said. It works better than Slack search. I go to Notion to find the thing I remember. Is I in my email? Is in my Slack? I just search Notion AI.
It's going to find it anywhere.
Anywhere, okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, so let's get into that. I'll come back to. No, let's get back right. The company almost died, right? Yeah. At some point. Several times? Yeah, in Japan?
Japan time, yeah.
Japan time. So right before you arrived, or?
Well, the reason why I go to Japan is so we can stretch out the money longer. So then we did Japan. We travel actually all over the places that's like cheaper than SF, basically. Like places like Sicily, right after Japan.
Oh, wow.
That's actually highly recommend Sicily too.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Very nice. Like a cappuccino running by the water, the swimming and computer.
Yeah.
A good time.
Life is sweet over there, yeah.
Yes. Slower. A lot of the gelato is big. A lot of pasta and gelatos. But we rebuild maybe like a year and a half, but then eventually it's almost like, we'll be running out of money, even just two of us. Then my mom helped us bridge a little bit longer. Then we launched Notion on Pradahan, and then it has traction. Then investor did another round with us.
So they already did a round before that, okay.
Yeah, we stretched that round for a long time.
All right. How much did you raise total?
Today?
Yeah.
I don't keep track of it.
It's like hundreds of millions.
Hundreds of millions. It's all the money still in the bank.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Don't you tell me if you don't know what to do with it. I can have good ideas if you want.
Buy some Bitcoin.
Yeah. I don't know if I would do that now.
Well, yeah. What would you do?
I don't know actually.
See,
I do. No. Yeah, we've raised a lot of money last year I have a VC firm, so we raised 60 million, and we're investing a lot in deep tech, and we have a lot of very interesting places yeah. Things are going to go so fast, but yeah, probably I'll buy the next Q3 monochrome with the money. No, that would be a good investment. So if I jump back today, 10 billion valuation, is that right? We're a lot about AI. So my question is that we don't use that much yet Notion AI. On what AI is it based? Is it your own technology, or is it your AI based on OpenAI? Or
we use other models.
Okay.
OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini. We're model agnostic. If you open to the AI menu, there's a picker.
Okay. Where's that? So we're going to, Notion AI, and then I can plug it.
Those are all the models.
Okay.
You can use, but that's less important. The more important is like, at this point, especially if you build an AI application, the model capability, it's not the largest bottleneck. The bottleneck is actually the infrastructure around it, the plumbing, the pipe around it, to get your data and context to be in one place. So the model can think over the context. You probably heard the term context window.
Yeah.
Right? It's like the model wants all the context to be in the same window so it can think over it and do things with it. And that's turns out to be as hard, or if not harder, problem. And the second brain idea of Notion you talk about, actually kind of lucky to solve this problem because we've been consolidating the context in before AI. Because we want all the places to be in the same Lego box.
Yeah.
And it turns out it's a very good position architecture to be for building AI application because all the plumbing and the context are already there.
Interesting. So if I use, for example, I put GPT 5.1, will it use my GPT, my OpenAI account?
No, it used our enterprise version of GPT.
Okay.
But it will have all your personal data, your work Notion data in work. If you connect with your Slack, with your Microsoft Teams, with Google Drive, all those data will be in the same context. So you can ask questions, you can ask your AI to do work for you based on those informations.
And can I connect still my ChatGPT account so it gets all of my context outside of the...
That doesn't work yet.
Okay.
Interesting. What kind of context do you want from your ChatGPT, say?
I don't know. My ChatGPT knows everything about me.
Your chat history.
Yeah. Like all of my, I don't know, the way of thinking somehow, the way of writing. And yeah, actually I have a wrong use of ChatGPT that I've discovered probably here because I do share my account, which is not a good use.
Oh, wow, with your family.
Yeah, well, my daughter, because I want her, she's young, I don't want her to have her own GPT, which would be a black box, and I'm not very happy with that. And also because I've been working a lot on it, part of my team here, so my ChatGPT is a big mess in its head.
Very confused, right?
Yeah, somehow,
search
but
like toy.
It's fun how it understands who is talking to it. So Louise, my daughter, she's 13, and she said, when I say "coucou chat," means hi, then you have to understand it's Louise, and they always understand it's her talking. So it makes several compartments, I would say. But yeah, it would be interesting that some of the knowledge, the projects we're working on ChatGPT, maybe we should start them on Notion and do it the other way around. But the project mode on ChatGPT is just fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know if you use it, but so it would be interesting to get that content on Notion probably at some point. Well, another usage. So
another feedback.
And so do you have your own AI models or AI?
No. We used.
Okay. So you're not an AI company.
We're not AI labs.
All right.
Yeah, AI company. We're AI application company. AI labs, there's only a few labs in the world, right? Like Anthropic, OpenAI, Gemini, XAI. We don't build our labs because we want to be agnostic of all the models, and we want to use what's best. But we spend a lot of time building the infrastructure around our customers' data and the workflows to unlock the best in the models.
And so when I use AI on Notion, then if it uses your your accounts or then I have to pay extra each time, or is it a credit based? How does it work?
It's a flat fee at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. You probably already pay Notion business plan. In that case, it has all the AI you need. You don't need to pay extra. You probably already
I thought
pay
we
for
had to pay extra. That's why you don't know? Can you ask the team? Yeah, that's what they said. But
yeah, like right now, there's no
limitation.
Notion does not make less and less sense without AI at this point. Like all our engineering team, if not most engineering team, are building with language models.
The two things I had about Notion, I still use, you're going to laugh at me, but I still use Evernote. Oh my God. Where is that? I think it's from the, how do you say, asynchron? Like, I think it works very well when you're out, when you're not connected.
Oh yeah, offline mode.
Offline mode, yeah. And I've had, in the early days of Notion, a lot of troubles in the offline mode. Is it something
we fixed this year, finally.
Okay.
So one of it's our number one request feature from from both business customers and personal customers. We launched it this year, and
So I'll have to send. Yeah, I should try. Then I'll have to send my whole back catalog to Notion. I believe
you
it's
try to
kind of
import
easy.
it.
Yeah.
So if you have trouble, let me know. I'll help you.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. And I'd say the other reason that was hard at the beginning was that we had several accounts because I was running several companies. And going from one to another was pretty hard. Mm-hmm. Is it easier now, or is it something you've heard about?
Still working on it. Yeah, we heard about it, especially if you have a lot of different studio, you're working with many agencies. We made it better, but there's still one or two level we can make a lot better.
Yeah, and it's probably not high priority because there are not so many people working on so many companies or spaces as I do. I don't know if it's okay. What's your mission now? Where are you going? Where are you heading to?
It hasn't changed.
Okay.
Like, how do we create beautiful tools for people to do work? Right. That's always from the beginning. Like we call it help people build beautiful tools for their life's work.
To my understanding, what's going to change is the whole AI thing, world that is coming to us. Because when you talk to, I think Anton Osika quite well. I mean, if you've got all of these things, I'm trying to think what we could do with all of the back catalog we have. That we could get I want to create a website with all of my episode with the knowledge of all of those guys from, I don't know, photography or e-commerce or, I mean, it will know everything about the history of a company. So it will change a lot.
It will change a lot. Like fundamentally, it's changed Notion. Like AI was, we saw the potential of technology 3 years ago now, almost. Like me and Simon, we're living the San Francisco neighborhood called Mission. So a lot of AI researchers live in that neighborhood. Some of our friends said, wow, this new technology called language model can completely change computing, change knowledge work, and it could potentially work really well with what we have at the Lego set we have. So we bet really early onto this. We actually launched our first product before ChatGPT happened.
All right.
Yeah, because whoa, this is a great technology for us, right?
Did you, well, that must be deep because when you do that, you could go back to Kyoto for a year. I mean, thinking about
I did. Well, the story was that we were in Cancun, Mexico. Okay. We're in a company retreat and we got early access to GPT-4. So it was preview. It wasn't released to the world yet. Then we thought everybody have access to this now. We need to rush really quickly to create an early product with it. So we were in the company retreat. Me and Simon, we lock ourselves in the hotel room for a week and a half, and just building the first version.
So I wasn't wrong. You did it again.
We did it again. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, actually, it's another version of Kyoto, but small in Mexico, eating tacos this time.
Eating and working all the time.
Eating and working. Yeah, it actually has some photos.
Yeah, would be fun.
It's like because in Mexico.
What phone do you have? It's just Google Pixel?
No, it's the new iPhone.
Oh, wow. That's single camera.
Yeah, I don't recommend.
Yeah.
That's why you need this. The phone is bigger, but the camera is not great. This is the at the end after our week and a half hackathon, me and him, we finished it with all the water bottles. So in Mexico, you cannot drink the water from the tap. So we just keep hacking with the two of us with a lot of water bottle.
Look happy.
Yeah. It's just fun though. It's like it completely changed. It's like a new type of material for you to build software with. It's squishy. It's like, it's smart. It's a different property.
I think it's an interesting way of working because I'm thinking about Jérémy Cléda, a guy from a company called Welcome to the Jungle. They do they're in the HR tech, and he's rethinking the whole company, but it's going to take them probably a year or two, and because they understood that the whole AI and LLM are going to change the HR world forever, and he needs to just revamp the whole thing. And I'm thinking sometimes we should stop every 6 months now, or maybe a year, and try to rethink about the whole way we're working, because probably to do everything we're doing right now without AI I would need probably 5-10 people on top of what we're doing. Can you imagine just typing the speech to text, listening to the thing? I mean, that's only done since a long time, but it would be very hard.
Yeah, it's like knowledge work will be very different. Like you sort of can see this in some categories, right? Like it's using Simon as example. Like he's still one of the most productive programmers in the company. Like in Silicon Valley, people call those people like 10x engineers.
Yeah,
right?
10x engineers.
He's like 10x engineer, and but he doesn't actually code anymore. Like he hasn't coded for a month.
His agent codes for him.
His agent codes for him. So he become a manager. He hates management, by the way. He wants to code, but now he has to manage a bunch of agents. But he can like, oh, I'm going for my lunch break. And then tell my agent, like, you do this, you do that. When I get back, get it ready for me. Or before he go to sleep, every night, he's like.
Did he show you? Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Does it work very well? Like, is it insane?
Work very well for him. So this is like, that's why like another characteristic is like the people who really understand the nature of agent and nature of programming can do very, very, like they can become much better. They're not just become like 10 times better. It's like 50x better or something. Like
yeah, and once you came from 10 to 50, you can go to 50,000. I mean, there's no reason there's
50,
no
50,000, that's maybe high, but like you can go to like, it's not just linear, it's super linear, right? Like you understand the craft of the system, the architecture, you understand the limitation of the latest coding agent. You sort of figure out the sweet spot that can amplify yourself. All your trade-off is like, okay, spend more time to write the spec, maybe burn more tokens, but then you can really multiply yourself.
What part of Notion is coded by AI now?
All the new AI stuff coded by AI now. So the AI, most team are building a language model powered features, but especially the new AI part of Notion, it's large percentage are coded by agents.
And it's not just like Bill Gates said, it's like probably 6 months, a year ago, before. He said that it was mainly the code review. It was mainly the 30% Microsoft used was coded by agent was mainly, the review and
it's okay. QR. So the Microsoft one people are talking about is like GitHub Copilot, right? It's like an IDE, which meaning like programmer typing the text box of the code base and the text can autocomplete.
Autocomplete.
Right?
Yeah.
That's still very much human in the loop. Human in the driver's seat, human have to say yes and no every single step. It's slow. It become much faster, become more agent-like. You have a class of intern that can just do work. Start with baby work, small work, but many of them, you don't have to look at them. The goal is not to say yes and no. The goal is don't look at them at all.
You look at the result.
You look at the result. You look at the, do they pass your exam or not? So in some sense, programmer's job becomes setting up the exams. So if you're really good at setting up exams, you will know that when your exam pass, you get the thing you want. You don't care how they're made.
How many programmers you have at Notion?
300 programmers.
And how many would you reckon you would have if you didn't have AI?
If I don't have AI?
Yeah.
Or if we do have AI?
Well, if you wouldn't, would you need 3,000 or 30,000?
I think people can do a lot more.
Yeah.
Like because our space is so large, right? So each person can do much more, become more assignment-like, so we can build many things in parallel.
Would you tell me the most insane things you've seen on Notion? Some example? Do you have some coming to your mind? Like
what people use it for? All different kind of things. Like I was in Australia last month. There's like I was in customer meeting. There's customers running a chicken farm.
Chicken farm, okay.
Yeah, that's a business use cases. Personal use case. Last night dinner. Again, someone told me, hey, I love Notion at work, but I love it even more because I plan my wedding on it, right? So I plan my personal wedding on it. That's the typical personal ones all over the places. That like Lego, you can do all different kind of things with it.
But if you think chicken farm, you would have would the chicken have like some chips or some stuff? Would you track each and every single chicken, or
I don't know. But the workflow, the point is, there's no software made for chicken farmers, right? There's no software made for very specific, like personal wedding planning software, maybe, but it's very specific, right? And because software are made by other developers, only the popular category has applications. But if we give our user Legos, they can make their own software.
Can you sell your Legos?
You can sell your Legos.
Can I sell my Notion wedding application?
You could, if you get married again, you can.
Some people do sell stuff.
Oh, people make over $1 million a year selling their Lego templates or selling their Notion app template, doing consulting with these things. People make real business on top of it.
And when you sell it, it's not rigid. I can do my own Lego on the top of it.
Yeah, you can. It's like a Lego. It's almost like you buy a Lego set. You see the box. When you open the box, the thing's made for you, but you can modify it. You can piece together with your other sets.
And you don't have to know how to code and everything.
You don't need to know how to code. Yeah. But AI can do. Another amazing thing about AI is you don't need to know how to use Notion Lego anymore. You can just tell AI what to do. It can do it for you. That's the magic part, right? Because we've been building this information system for 5 years, has like many of the important Lego pieces for knowledge work. And what we did in the past 2.5 years with AI is we teach AI how to use those Legos. Now AI knows how to use these Legos. What it means, because Notion can do so many flavors of knowledge work, that means AI can do those so many different flavor knowledge work for you in the Notion space. And we also connect with your Microsoft Teams, Slack, or other tools. So have all other contacts. You can still use other tools, but Notion become your workbench with AI to do a lot of work for you.
Amazing. Is it like Ivan and Simon too optimistic, your AI? Like, because can it say no, I can't do that?
Hard for me to say. It depends on the personality of the model.
Yeah, okay.
Like that's the fun thing or weird thing about models. Like different models have different personality. Of course, we'll try our best to make sure it says I cannot do certain things. It's getting quite good. It doesn't hallucinate anymore, right? But it's still sometimes like you have to try ask different ways for it to do the right thing for you. The better part is you set up those little agents. You should check your Notion afterwards. Like those agents can do work autonomously. You can just set up and they can work on the background.
You'll show it to me.
I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah. Okay, what's the most insane use of Notion you've ever made?
The agent part is quite interesting.
Yeah.
Like we have 1,000 people. Inside Notion, there's 700 agents running inside Notion on Notion.
All right.
Right. So then they do all different kind of things.
Can you explain one?
The basic one, daily summary of all my emails and what should I pay attention to from my email and Slack, which is like the daily brief. A lot of people use that one. All our internal tickets, like HR team receive a lot of tickets. Oh, the office too hot. It's like, where should I get? What's the password of this? All those are taken care of by the agent today now.
All right.
All the engineer design team, they have a lot of customer feedback. The feedback coming, you don't have to manually organize them. Agent organize for you. Daily brief, daily stand up, like all the eng teams or different teams say, hey, what is everybody working on this week? You send out a memo to everyone. Agent can write that as good as human. So those are the basic use cases that apply to almost every single team.
Do you have any competitors?
Many. Yeah, our whole competition still largely compete with the point solutions, right? It's not with one competitor. It's many different competitors from different parts. And we compete by consolidating many of the use cases into one Lego box.
You've bought companies.
We have.
Yeah, how many?
More than 5, less than 10, somewhere between there.
Did you like that part of business?
Buying companies?
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Stressful because there's so much emotional, and then you need to figure out it's a good match with the people, it's a good match with technology, sometimes both, sometimes one of them, and yeah, it's a craft. You can see that's like a different company have this department called corp dev, right? For that reason.
No matter what the size of the company, it's a craft.
It's a craft. Yeah.
What was the most expensive company you bought?
We bought the email company is called Skiff, then now become a Notion Mail. That's a more expensive. It's a team of more than a dozen people.
What's the idea behind what was the price? Is it public?
It's not public, but it's expensive-ish. No.
More than 100 million?
Something like that. Well, I can't remember the detail here.
I like those details. What's the idea behind this? Do I need to switch from Gmail? It's based on Gmail, if I understand well.
It's based on Gmail. The idea behind it is like we have Notion can do most of knowledge work, right? So we don't, but there's two important surface area knowledge work we care about, which is your time, which is in your calendars, and your email, your communication. And we want to have the best apps in those categories so that the context could be shared with your rest of Notion. So when I have a daily brief, I want the context from an email go to my Notion's AI to figure out what should I do based on my project in Notion, based on what my personal to do in Notion, based on what's my email and Slack information. When I start a meeting notes with you, if I do a recording, my Notion calendar will know, oh, who am I having a meeting with? Where should the meeting note live? And when I finish the meeting, send out the notes to the person, or give me a brief before, what should I prepare for? All those contexts matter, right? So now calendar and mail, there's two most important contexts for the person. That's why we care about those two categories.
Yes, I'm going to go all in on Notion, I think, yeah.
Sure. Let me know how it goes.
You convinced me.
Yeah.
What are your frustrations, even?
First, traffic in Paris is a bit.
I get that. That's a small one, though.
Well, I think it's actually quite beautiful. Like with, you can stuck in traffic in an ugly city, or you stuck traffic in a beautiful city. So, so I was thinking about it. Like the traffic, I give it 0 out of 10, but the city is beautiful, so I give it like plus 3 points, right? Plus 4 points.
Other frustration in your life?
Other frustration. I'm generally pretty content. No, building company is not easy, but I treat it like a craft. It's like you play sports, you get better at tennis. Building company, you get better at building companies. Building product, you get better at building the next version of a product. The fun is in the journey of it.
Are you very organized? No?
I'm okay organized, but consider I work on Notion. I'm very surprisingly not organized. My personal organization system is just a page of to-do list.
Okay.
And then what I remember with my head, with my emails.
Yeah. Okay. And how? What's your what time do you wake up?
7.
7?
Yeah, I wake up. The first thing I do is to make tea for my wife and I.
All right.
Yeah. She said that's the only way I say love you to her. Then try to do some exercise and head to work.
Which is far away from home?
Not too far. 20 minutes Uber. Yeah. It's pretty close. I go to work every day and go home, dinner with my wife, back online for bed.
You work again after dinner, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like to work. It's very lucky that work to me, it's play.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
Same here, yeah. Yeah. And weekends, do you work still?
Yeah, we'll work on weekends. I try to do some readings on weekends. I try to read before I go to bed, but I try to flip some picture books on Saturday morning, Sunday morning. Try to play tennis, get better at it. I like routine. That's why sometimes travel, different time zones throw me off my routines.
Yeah. I reckon I like, but you travel much more than I do. But what I don't like in travel is going too fast. Like my wife today is in Milan. She left this morning and she's coming back tonight. And I'm like, why don't you stay one night?
Europe is so compact.
You need to enjoy the place you stay, I think. I need to enjoy the places. I liked being in China for 2 weeks.
2 weeks is great.
Yeah.
You get a feel of the cities, right?
It's the only way you understand. If you want to go on a movie, to create that on our YouTube channel, it's the only way it's going to work. You were talking about readings. Mm-hmm. Do you have a book, like the book you would tell me and say?
The book. I would say there's a class type of books I like to read and recommend other people to read. There's a category called complex systems.
Okay, complex system.
Yeah, it's like a startup, I would say, in the late 80s. And still popular. I would say maybe the popularity wanes a bit. And central around like Santa Fe Institute in the US. About it's really hard to explain the modern world. Like it's easier to explain when things are few, when things are really a lot of them. When things are few, you can use algebra, you can count, you can know how the behavior on the billboard table, you can figure out everything with Newtonian physics. When things are really large, you can use statistics. But things in the middle, it's really complex. Things in the middle are economics, life, biology, building a company, organizations. There's no science for it. And complex system trying to solve this.
So there's a name for that's the name for the book, complex system, or it's
just a category.
Okay.
There's a bunch of books.
Yeah, Introduction to the Theory of Complex Systems, Stefan Thunder, Rudolf Manel. I have a few.
That's
complex.
Good intro.
Yeah. Okay.
It's interesting because kind of like similar to what I studied in college. It touched on different domains. It trying to look at the edge, the connection of things, not just at the leaf, the nodes of things. And it's through the connection, you know the value, you know how to make trade-offs, how nature makes trade-offs. I'm fascinated by those things.
Do you have spiritual background or history?
I know. I'm like born and raised in China, so communism kills everything there. The ways of life. My wife and I, especially her, getting really into philosophy in the past few years. So I look at different people's value systems, ways of lives. Not like I just said, I like in the past few years, I realized I'm more of a journey person than a destination person. I enjoy the journey. Like journeys give me meaning.
100%.
Right? It's like give you meaning of the people around you, make yourself a little bit better rather than just focus on the number. And that's kind of like, it's like I apply the same thing to exercise, to building a company, building a product. Enjoying the moment a little bit more.
Wow. We'll leave everybody on this. I think it's a good way to end that discussion.
Yeah.
I want to say I love your sensitivity. I love that meeting, that talk. I love your style also. That's the first thing
This is my...
Yeah, I like shoes, and I think you're very... You can tell when I saw you, I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting, I don't know, but you know. So that was great, and I understood a lot of things around Notion today, and it was very inspiring. Thanks a million.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is very chill. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
We'll follow you on LinkedIn. Is it the best place, or Instagram?
I don't use LinkedIn. Twitter is better.
Twitter is better. Okay, we'll go on X. Ivan Zhao. How do you pronounce it?
Ivan Zhao. So Twitter
Ivan
is
Zhao.
Ivan H. Zhao is on my Twitter.
Okay. Thanks a million.
Thank
Ivan.
you.
Yeah.
See you later.